So we're 10 seconds in. Uh, Probably won't be the most talkative today. As I mentioned at the beginning of yesterday's gaming stream, uh, we did have to put our elderly cat down today. She got lots of love and cuddles last night, lots of catnip and wet food and cuddles yesterday, and she got lots of petting and hugs and cuddles and treats, and got to taste chocolate for the very first time. And she purred the entire time that she was being put to sleep. I had my hand on her, was petting her the whole time, and I knew when the second injection took hold that she was gone when the purring stopped. For her, it was probably the best 2 days of her life. And that's a good thing. That's the best kind of ending you can give them. Alright. Just gonna work on a basic coloring page today. Gonna swap over now and get started. Probably won't be doing much talking. Pages from my Sloth Love Llamas coloring book. I wanted something simple today. And hopefully we won't have the technical issues we had yesterday. It's funny how people grieve very differently. My partner and one of my sons are both very open in their grief. They cry loudly and brokenheartedly. And it takes them so much less time to get past that grief. And then there's people like me and my other son who we don't really publicly cry. I'm not certain that, I really can anymore. And we walk around after something like this, just looking so lost, feeling so lost. There's a hole, and we can't fill it, so we're doers, and there's nothing we can do. We just have to remind ourselves again and again and again that we did the right thing. And I know in his case, part of that is that that's the behavior he's had modeled from me on dealing with grief, because I am not open with mine. And I honestly think I've done him a great disservice by the fact he doesn't know how to deal with grief anymore. He never did, really. Because, again, he's never really seen grief modeled from me, and he very much takes after me. His brother very much takes after his other dad. My hidden or private grief is at least partially because of my upbringing. And yeah, I should probably learn to be more open in my grief. But it's a very hard thing to do. The twins have come the closest to seeing me cry today and yesterday than I think they have in years. So, yeah. So I'm going with the yellow for, it might actually be green. I'm colorblind enough, I don't know it properly. And unlike most of my crayons, this one doesn't have the name of the color written on it. So I'm doing my gaming or crafting stream. Okay, I've been informed that it is a lime colored green. Okay. Either way, I'm using that for the llama's face because why not? Like, I'm only working with 4 colors here. I'm kind of limited on what I do. Llama gets a pink nostril, and then llama's fur is going to be pink. Because why not? The world needs pink llamas, right? And just like you've seen me do with multiple other things, I like to outline the outer edges before I really start doing the inside. And I do that because it helps me to stay in the lines, which I know isn't necessary, but you know, sometimes you got a picture where you just kind of want to. So So the llama gets pink fur. I guess it would be wool since it's a llama. But pink furred llama. And then I'll be doing the sloth in blue. And I am doing these in sections. So anywhere that there's a break that was created by the people who drew the picture originally, I'll be using that for my transition from area to area. Helps to have that transition point sometimes. Helps to have one in life too. In good news, we started getting furniture into the new house. We've got my new bed has been set up. The power's in our name. We've gotten some boxes over there. You know, just stuff, things. It's going to be it's going to be exciting, let's face it that way, to have the new house. But we've got a new sectional sofa. I've ordered a new desk for me and a new desk for my other half. We got a new weed whacker and a new mower. The weed whacker arrived today. The mower isn't here yet, but it will be. Can't use the weed whacker until the mower arrives, though, because the weed whacker didn't come with batteries and the mower does, and they're the same company, so they're interchangeable batteries, which is nice. I mean, I specifically got it so we could, try and get things a bit more streamlined than they have been. It is electric. I've never had an electric mower before. I've always used gas. Supposedly it is a super easy push because it's self-propelled and very powerful and very smooth. So we shouldn't have the issue of getting stuck on things like we used to. Still have to get a cutting from the azalea because it belonged to my spouse. It was planted by my spouse's great-grandma. And we do want to take that piece of his heritage with us. Can't take the whole thing. That'd just kill it, but just cutting, something to remember with. It's completely the wrong time of year, so I'm very much hoping that, that this cutting survive. I've got some succulents that I need to get over to the new house, but I need to buy another bag of succulent soil so that I can transplant. But not today. Have work in about 2.5 hours, so house stuff will have to wait. I'd planned to do some house stuff today, but time runs away from you. You think you have so much more of it, and then you don't. And that's true in a lot of things. I do hopefully think I have fixed the issue of nobody being able to hear me. But we'll see once I finish up the stream and go listen to it again. I'm going to try to get this whole picture colored, which I'm making. Well, I won't be doing the background. I need a different color because otherwise it's going to blend. Because there's not going to be a single color that doesn't touch that background. Because I've only got 4 I'm working with. We are, well, no. I mentioned that in the video that I posted to YouTube last night, not on stream. The stream last night was crazy because of technical issues. So, I think it ended up being like a almost 7-minute video and then a 8-something minute video that ended up being posted because of, all of the difficulties I ran into. My internet wouldn't stay connected, my Twitch wouldn't stay connected, my game kept crashing on me. There's a very good chance it's because the PC is overheating some. But I've never had the PC overheating affect the internet. It's always affected the video card. But I'm just tired and sad. But I'm allowed to be both. There's no shame in grief and sorrow and mourning. And I have to keep reminding myself of that. It doesn't matter if you wear sackcloth and put ashes on your forehead and wail and cry. It doesn't matter if you sit and hold something that was dear to them in your hands and close your eyes and say nothing. It doesn't matter if you do what a friend of mine mentioned, a father they knew who had lost their infant child. Do, and go outside and take a sledgehammer and break down a retaining wall that you'd been meaning to get rid of. It's a form of grief. You can't rail at the universe. You can't do anything to the deity that deprived you of your child, your love. And so sometimes, brick by brick, swing by swing, you knock down the retaining wall. And you use that pain to try and heal. It's all forms of soothing. Just not everyone sees them the same way. Not everyone grieves the same way. I normally grieve by throwing myself into my work or household tasks that need doing. But not everyone does that. And it's good that we have different ways of handling things. It really is. Your way might not seem right to the next person down the line. But it's better that we all have our own ways, because if everyone were sackcloth and ashes, we would get nothing done. The whole world would be in grief for long, loud periods. If we were all silent in our grief, then who would ever know that anyone else is ever grieving? Okay. The picture is done. Holding it at a weird angle because the sun shines on it and makes it hard to see, but it feels like it needs a background color, but I'm not going to. Not today. Trying to think if there's anything else to say, anything else that needs said. I suppose there really isn't. I mean, there's no way to bring her back. There's no way to fill that hole. One of my kids was like, we shouldn't get another cat for a long while. But I know that I will. Not because I'm replacing her. Not because I'm forgetting her. But I don't feel right with only 2 cats in the house. There's been 3 for so long. But at the same time, I don't want to make them feel that their grief, that their desire not to have a new cat in the house for a while, is being ignored. I don't want them to think I'm replacing her, because I'm not. I think that's pretty much it for the day. I'm tired. And I'm sad. Hopefully things will be back to normal. Well, things won't be back to normal because she's gone. But hopefully I can get back to my old routines next week and things will look a bit brighter. For now, thanks to those of you who watched. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Next Saturday should be the final Week Frights gaming stream. So I look forward to seeing you there.